I strongly believe in the power of ICT to be the universal equalizer, as you said. In fact, I gave an interview on the same topic 2 or 3 years ago. I believe that ICT is a unique tool for that. We have not had such tool in a long, long time. And definitely India, with such a huge inequality and such huge population, has a lot to benefit from ICT as an equalizer, as you said. Certainly, the power of ICT in general and mobiles in particular can make a difference for the rural masses. Certainly, they can get access to knowledge, which they never had before. They have access to opportunities. For example, the market information can empower the rural farmers, the fishermen, to get better prices. So it's obvious examples of increasing incomes of poor people for better access to information, market information, agriculture information. I think the opportunity to access global knowledge at your fingertip, wherever you are, whether it's command centers, whether it's mobile device, whether you have your personal computer, and I think increasingly the computing devices become cheaper and cheaper, including mobile devices, netbooks, the $100 PCs. So I think power of computing, power of ICT and mobile especially today is such that we can talk about a revolution for the masses in terms of not just bridging digital divide, but bridging income divide, opportunity divide, education divide. So I think this equalizing power of ICT is totally unprecedented.
Yeah. So can you tell us about the roadmap of your department for enhancing development through ICT?
For enhancing?
Development.
Yeah, I'm the knowledge coordinator at the ICT sector unit of the World Bank, and in that role I coordinate global knowledge sharing on different topics related to ICT for development. We connect countries on a regular basis through video conferencing, through webcasts, social media. We organize a series of conferences, workshops in Washington, in the countries like India. So we do a lot of knowledge sharing. In addition to the knowledge sharing role, we provide financing to different countries for different instruments. For example, in India, World Bank is funding both a standalone e-government project on national government program, e-governance development policy operation, as well as we provide a lot of funding through sector projects. IT components are present in almost all bank projects, and I think the overall ICT portfolio of the World Bank investment in India is quite substantial. So we do this in many other countries. So I would say 70% of World Bank projects have ICT components, and we also have a growing portfolio of standalone e-government projects. So increasingly, in addition to being a financier of ICT in development, the bank becomes a knowledge broker. And I feel particularly proud that I'm very active in this area, and I'm glad that India is also very active in global knowledge sharing and ICT. That's why I'm coming here very often, because I see India as a very key asset and very key champion of global knowledge sharing and ICT.
So how ICT has contributed in e-governance worldwide in the last decade?
Yeah, ICT I think has played a role of a paradigm, shift agent. Just 10 years ago, government was disconnected from the people. The people had to stand in lines to get government services, to get information. Right? Today, because of the internet, because of mobile phones, you have potential for a completely new level of governance, but completely new level of service delivery. When people can get any information which is public, any services they're eligible for through the internet, through mobile phone. So now it has not become a reality in every country, but every country is starting to work on the governance. And I think you have seen examples of tremendous successes already in the government sphere in various countries. We have leaders like Singapore and Korea and Canada and US and UK, which have accomplished a lot already in terms of transforming the access to services for ICT, transforming the transparency, accountability of governance for ICT. You have India, which is one of the leaders in the developing world in this area, and you have laggards in a lot of countries in Africa, in Asia, which have not yet seriously started to work on the governance, and they have much to learn from India and from more developed countries. I think it's very important to facilitate this knowledge sharing, to allow the poorer countries to leapfrog and to catch up faster.
Sir, how can use of ICT accelerate the rural development and bring in transparency in implementing the various development schemes in developing nations?
Yeah, of course, rural development is always a challenge because of the access problems, because of the transportation issues, because of the geographic, remoteness issues. So the ICT is an opportunity because geography becomes a history due to the internet, mobile phone. So today, it doesn't matter whether you are in a rural area or in the city, as long as you have good access to ICT. You can access the same information, you can do business through internet. So today, rural development can be empowered tremendously for ICT. You can have a lot of small businesses created in rural areas and integrate into the global markets through internet, through mobile phones. So I've definitely in India, I have a lot of examples. It's one of the countries which has piloted a lot of applications, especially in the rural areas. So other countries, I think, can learn a lot from rural, ICT for rural development. World Bank is funding, I think, a number of projects in the rural development space, and I believe we have a lot of success stories already. Now, in terms of the transparency, of course, ICT is a very powerful tool for transparency. We know that there are major issues in the development assistance, related to transparency, and I think all the donor community is keen to improve that situation, and many efforts are being undertaken to provide more information through different channels, including the internet, mobile phones, on quality of development assistance. Today, use of geospatial data mapping, development assistance, connecting this with mobile phones to be able to track beneficiaries, to track delivery of development assistance through mobile phones, through maps, gives you an unprecedented level of transparency and accountability. There are several pilots in India itself when you can see what has been delivered for a certain amount of donor aid, you have visuals of that, so people can verify themselves whether they are beneficiaries, there have been schools built, hospitals built, etc. So today, due to ICT, you have tremendous opportunity to radically increase level of transparency and accountability.
Yeah. Sir, what are your views on the inclusion of mobile technology in the governance system delivery models?
Yeah, mobile, of course, is the largest distribution platform. Globally, I think 78% of people have access to mobile telephony in principle. Mobile penetration is increasing rapidly in every country. India is one of the fastest growing markets to the mobile penetration. You have already like 800 million users of ICT services. It's a huge market for mobile operators, and that's why you have such competition and such low prices. So that gives an opportunity to develop a lot of premium value-added mobile services, including in the governance space. Public service delivery could be enabled and taken to the next level for mobile devices. You have a lot of pilots in India which are already being scaled up within India. I think the challenge is to scale them up globally, to learn from different mobile applications here in India, and we're actually doing a study at the World Bank on mobile applications, and India is one of our focus countries. We feel that a lot of good examples are there already in terms of mobile for health, mobile for education, mobile for urban governance. So I think definitely if we're talking about government of the future, it will be mobile. So next government 2.0, the second generation of a government, I think it's going to be mobile driven. So we'll have, it's a large piece of this puzzle. Mobile delivery will be the key aspect of the new generation of the government.
Sir, what are your future plans for the development through ICT in developing nations?
Future plans for development?
Development through ICT
Yeah.
in developing nations.
Yeah, I think the key trends today in terms of the development for ICT is one is this open development paradigm, and in relation to governance, it's open government paradigm. So the idea is that today citizens they need to have a larger say in development and in governance. So ICT allows citizens to be in the driver's seat. So you can involve the citizens in the design of the projects for ICT and design of public services. You can consult with them as you deliver services. You can consult with them after you deliver services, get the impact. So citizens can really be the driver force, but you can also work with citizens to co-create development, co-create public services. So you have a lot of examples of public services being delivered by NGOs, by small, medium enterprises. All these apps, on mobile apps, for example, on different platforms like Apple and BlackBerry and Android, many applications which are e-government in nature, they have been delivered by the private sector, by developers, and they're empowering, this kind of platforms empower citizens to improve governance directly without, all they need is access to government data. So it's very important for government to share the data in open format for the open data initiatives. And I think India is one of the countries which are ahead of the game, and you have the very powerful right to information framework. And I think you have open data initiatives, etc., which are very important for empowering citizens, small businesses, developers, to improve governance for different applications, including mobile applications.